The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Everybody knows we were kidding about that bird conversation, right? They know we're just joking around here a little bit.
I've never hit a bird.
Yeah, I've never hit a bird either.
I don't want to either.
No, just to be fair there, it was a joke, and we're not doing that.
I like that you've got your apology music ready to go.
Yep. Also, Case doesn't have a car, so
That's right.
he's not hitting anything.
Now, my prior days when I did have a car, I still wasn't hitting anything.
That's right. He's never hit an animal. He saved, I heard, a family of geese once.
That's right, from a burning building.
Yep.
A skyscraper.
He ran in.
I jumped to the top floor.
He pushed down the grandma that was trying to get out.
Yeah.
And he saved the geese.
But she was in my way, so what was I supposed to do?
Well, she wasn't moving as fast. The geese,
Exactly.
Geese were younger and have a lot more to live for.
Yeah, so you should actually be thanking me.
That was a joke, too, by the way. just to be clear.
Yeah, we were really one step forward, two steps back on that one.
Just to be clear. I want to make some note here before we get to the fact that makes your brain go boom, is that the last matchup of the Suck 16 of Piece of Garbage Madness is in play at Q101's Facebook page. You vote, you decide who advances on who was a bigger piece of garbage in the past year. The matchup just got put up. This is a tough one. A 7 seed, Chicago Speed Cameras, which in my opinion should have been a 1 seed, but I'm not on the committee, versus number 2 seed, Jerry Reinsdorf.
Wow.
Chicago Speed Cameras against Jerry Reinsdorf. There better be 300 or 400 votes on that one on Facebook in the next couple of minutes.
So after this one, we're down to what is our round of 8 called?
The Awful 8.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So these matchups will go over the weekend. We'll have the final matchup on Monday, right when the basketball tournament ends as well. So
I can't wait. It's been a fascinating tournament so far.
It's been tremendous. I will put up a picture of the updated bracket. People were asking for it, so we'll get that up in a second. And then also now, a fact that makes your brain go, you love bread, right?
Oh, God. I love bread.
Bread. Why can't we just eat bread as a meal?
But sometimes, do you ever just take a piece of white bread and put butter on it, and that's the meal?
Daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny you bring up bread. Real quick.
Yeah.
I made a grilled cheese earlier this week.
Right.
Unbelievable. I don't mean to brag, but I kind of knocked it out of the park.
Now, do you butter both sides and you put the cheese on, put it in the pan, add more butter in the pan?
Yeah. That's exactly what I did.
Butter inside and outside where the cheese hits.
It was lubed up with butter.
How many slices of cheese in each one?
I did 4.
Okay, good.
I did 2 Colby Jack, 2 Pepper Jack.
Ooh, you mixed it up.
I mixed it up because I like the way it looks when you mix different colored cheeses together.
Do you like the taste?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also like the way it looks.
Just checking. So, I love bread. You can make, this might sound a little bougie, but there's a restaurant in Chicago called The Publican, and they have a bakery and a butcher shop. Mm-hmm. They have, without question, the best. If you like sourdough bread, the best sourdough bread on earth. It's unbelievable how good it is. You go to the restaurant, it's $20, but they give you enough for days, and you take it home, and they have this great, some kind of butter with honey butter thing.
Sure.
Oh, so good. And you can go to their bakery and get it on Saturday mornings. They run out quick. You got to go get it. Best sourdough bread on earth. Now, you love bread. I love bread. We made that very clear. I think all our listeners love bread, but they say when you want to lose weight, cut out the bread, right?
That's the hardest part of losing weight is that I use bread as a base for everything.
You cut out bread and you will lose weight. It's a fact.
But what am I supposed to eat then?
Just on hand.
Oh.
Like lettuce wraps.
Lettuce wraps? I don't want a lettuce. I made a lettuce wrap at home once. I was like, this isn't me. I
It's
feel like a fraud.
It's unsatisfying.
I feel like a poser.
Yeah, just eat bread. But here's the thing. A lot of people, you cut out bread, you absolutely will lose weight. However, there's a hack around this. You can eat the bread you love. This is not getting some cheaper, low-fat bread. This is the regular bread.
I don't want whole grain.
No.
I'm doing white bread.
The bread that you love, you can eat it as much as you want if you do this to it. And I'll tell you what that is in 5 minutes, and you can eat bread and still lose weight. I sound like the Sham Wild guy all of a sudden. Okay, 5 minutes away.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Well, a fact that makes your brain just go. Now, you're trying to lose weight. Me and Case tried to lose weight in January. Everybody tries to lose a few pounds. There's no question. Cutting out bread wins. No matter what, you cut out bread, you're going to lose a couple pounds in a week.
Everybody said that to me in January when we were doing our weight loss challenge, but I don't know what to eat if it doesn't involve bread.
You just take the meat with your hands, like let's say it's lunch meat, and just eat it that way without bread.
But think about it. So, I like bison, right? I'm a big bison guy.
Yeah.
It's a leaner meat. It's healthier than ground beef.
Do you hunt the bison too?
I wish. Can you imagine if I was out hunting bison on the weekends?
I'd love it.
I
Got a
don't even
picture.
know, I don't even know where bison live.
Just you all camoed up, your White Sox camo hat, and then
Yeah.
everything below you camo. And I believe on the Indiana-Ohio border, I've seen this. I think they're bison. There was this farm. I took a wrong turn. I got off to find a Wendy's.
Okay.
But I took a wrong turn, and there were thousands of bison
In Indiana?
in Indiana at the Ohio-Indiana border, right off the turnpike. I swear, if someone knows about this, please, because there was signs saying you can go in and pet them and do things with them, but you can't kill them.
Wait, you can ride them, though?
I don't know if you could ride them.
Oh, man, I'd like to ride a bison.
Yeah, and it looked like all of a sudden I was in the, like Wyatt Earp. It was weird, and I think it's still there. And,
Anyways.
but don't go hunting for your bison there. I think it's illegal. I think they're nice protected bison
Okay,
there.
good. I hope so. But, like, if I have a bison burger, right, I don't want to eat that without a bun. That's half the appeal is the bread.
I get it.
I'll never lose weight. It's too hard.
But you'll lose weight if you get rid of the bread somehow.
It's too hard.
Well, there's one way to do it. You can eat any of the bread you want, any of it, if you just do this to it. What this doctor says you can do. If you do this to bread, you can still eat bread.
If you take a slice of white bread and toast it, you end up lowering the glycemic index of the bread. This means it's broken down more slowly, causing a more gradual rise in blood sugar levels. If you take a slice of white bread and then freeze it, and then defrost it, and toast it again, you could lower the glycemic index of the bread by almost double. This all happens because more retrograded starch is formed. And retrograded starch is a type of resistant starch which is beneficial for your gut health, but also improves satiety, keeping you fuller for longer.
Do you get it?
No.
Okay. So when you toast the bread, it makes it healthier because retrograded starch forms, which makes it lower. Your girl is gluten-free?
Yes.
I don't know if the glycemic index has something to do with that.
I have no idea.
Okay, so your blood sugar doesn't spike when you eat it when it's toasted, which makes you feel fuller then, longer. When your blood sugar spikes, you want to eat carbs, right?
Okay.
So when you toast it, you don't feel that.
But I don't, I'm not a big toast guy.
Oh, jeez. Can we do anything here?
Well, no, it's just like...
What do you mean?
But toast is just crunchy bread, and I don't think, crunch is not a thing that I desire. I'm never like, ooh, it's so crunchy. I don't ever want that.
Then it's not going to work for you. Then you're just out. Then you're out. I'm trying to help you, man. Can't you get used to it?
No, I don't. Okay, in The Office, when they had a surplus, and Michael had Oscar explain a surplus to him like he was 5, and so Oscar used the example of the lemonade stand.
Yeah.
Can you explain this fact to me like I'm 5? Because I don't think I fully understand.
All I'm saying, if you toast the bread, it's healthier. How about
Just
that?
toast it, but he was talking about freezing it too.
Yeah, so if you freeze it, it causes a similar reaction. So maybe you wouldn't have to always toast it. If you freeze it, a loaf of white bread, then toast it. You still have to toast it. It lowers it even more, the glycemic index on the bread. So the bread still tastes like the bread that you like that sourdough from Publican I was just talking about. But it's not half as healthy, but it's close.
Okay. Do you like toast? Do you like toasted bread?
Oh, I love toast.
Do you like brown, crunchy, crispity crunch?
I love English muffin just burnt, and I put tons of butter in the crevices of it. Where it's
Really?
like pools of butter. Oh, it's so good, crunchy.
Never had an English muffin.
I don't know what to do with you. I don't know where I go from
By
here.
the way, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying I've never had one.
I understand. Can anybody back me up on how good English muffins are? Can somebody come in here and just you come to the studio and take
Where's Al
over?
Roker Jr. at? Does he know how good English
God,
muffins are?
Lord. Jeez.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Well, it's 7:20, so we have those 21 Pilots tickets in a song scramble. There's going to be 3 songs here. You have to unscramble them in order, and you get the tickets. It's been fun all week doing this, but another event came up in the last hour that we have to settle before we move forward with the show. Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Case the producer. It came up at 6:35. He's never had an English muffin. I don't want to really break down the entire conversation of how we got there, but you can go to the podcast. It's all there for you later to find out when you want to catch up on it.
I think some people maybe thought I was trying to be funny by saying
No.
not only have I not had an English muffin, I really don't understand what they are. It's real life. It's the ABCs of me.
And trust me, I don't think it's funny, any of this. I just have to.
Brian's been pacing around the studio for the last half hour angrily.
But I'll give you this guarantee: you're never going to get fired from the show because like later on he's going to review The Matrix.
Yeah.
And I'm jealous that he saw The Matrix. He got to see that yesterday for the first time. And I am now at the point of acceptance. And I am ecstatic and happy for you and jealous that you get to experience an English muffin for the first time.
That's right. We ordered McDonald's a half hour ago. Got here very, very quickly. Thank you, Milan, and your Toyota Prius for flying over here. I appreciate it.
So he's going to eat it through an Egg McMuffin. Is it an Egg McMuffin? You got the regular Egg McMuffin.
Egg McMuffin, sausage and cheese and egg and McMuffin. Sorry, I'm still trying to process what's going on here.
Well, people want these 21 Pilots tickets, so let's just get to it. I want you to take the bite of the McMuffin and your first English muffin in your 25 years on the earth. Go ahead, Case.
All right.
Here we go. He took a big bite. Took about a third of it, I would say.
Oh, my God.
A third of it.
What have I been doing all my life?
So
Brian, this is a great... Oh, my God. Hold on.
Wait, so you like it?
Yeah, of course. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. This is...
Let me take a drink. Oh, my God. Wait. Why have I not had this before?
Indeed. Why haven't you? You've never heard the option. Do you want white toast? Do you want rye, whatever grain?
So
or do you want an English muffin at a diner? You've never heard that?
No, I say white toast and move on. And then if I'm lucky, I get boysenberry jam with it. If this is an English McMuffin or an English muffin, this is a McMuffin. If this is the standard of grains, this is a home run.
Dude.
This is awesome.
Well, this is good to hear.
Oh my God, this unlocks a new thing for me to get at McDonald's.
I'm glad everybody was here for this moment. And, some people have to go to work at different times and listen. That's why we have a podcast of the whole show. So you like it. You're not just making it up.
No, this is awesome. I mean, the sausage and the cheese and the egg are good, but the whole presentation of it is a home run.
Well, English muffins are a vehicle for other stuff. For me, it's just tons and tons of butter. I want lakes of butter
on this. Some people were saying jam, some people were saying syrup, but I went in raw, and I left satisfied. Let me tell you.
Kelly just texted in. He has risen.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
So we're about 8 minutes away from 9 o'clock. That'll be your chance to see the Chili Peppers anywhere in the U.S. You choose, and you get a VIP trip. It's real easy. Just be here at 9. We give you this word, you text it, and then you're qualified. So be here for that. Now, it is time indeed. I'm so jealous, again, that Case got to watch The Matrix for the first time ever. 25th anniversary of The Matrix is today. A new movie coming out. That's the talk anyway. But Case, the producer, if you just joined us, has not seen all of the classics. And I mean all of them except for Boys in the Hood.
That's right.
But now he's evolved into a better person. He's seen Shawshank Redemption. He has seen Back to the Future. He has seen Roadhouse. And he has seen...
Braveheart. At least we forget.
Oh, that was the first one that got us going.
That's so good. I love Braveheart.
And you're still mad at Case's review on that, I think.
Yeah,
right?
because he's wrong. So I was like, oh...
He enjoyed it for, I think, 15 minutes. Well, all of it's up at the podcast. You can go back and listen to them each week. And now it's time for The Matrix. We go back to 1999. And again, I feel protective, like Prince of 1999. And Case, what'd you think of The Matrix?
Well, I try to put myself in the shoes of somebody that would have been living in 1999. Top show on TV, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, other movies big that year, Phantom Menace, the Star Wars prequel. Top song on Q101 at this time in 1999 was Sugar Ray's Every Morning.
Oh, my God.
I know. Time and a place, right?
Holy crap. That was my first year at Q101,
That's
1999.
Right, yeah. Well, real quick, can you tell that story again? Because you saw the Matrix screening before almost anybody else. It was a Q101 event, right?
We used to do a lot of movie screenings when movies were a bigger deal than TV shows, and the Matrix screening was literally one of the biggest events I've ever seen people trying to get into at that time. It was 600 North Michigan, the theaters over there, the AMC theaters, and midnight screening. I'd swear 2,000 to 3,000 people running down Michigan Avenue trying to get in because they were always first come, first serve. Didn't guarantee a seat. I got there, I got a seat.
Could you imagine? Can I pause this for 2 seconds?
Sure, go ahead.
Could you imagine how bad it would be and how terrifying it would be for a bunch of people at midnight to show up in those coats now?
Kenzie, I can tell you, at that time, I had a long black trench coat, leather coat that I wore every day.
Ugh.
The Columbine coat.
Every day, you psychopath.
That was my normal coat. I'll put a picture up of that.
Did you wear like really tall boots?
I did have some Skechers black boots because Doc's hurt my feet.
Yeah,
Doc
you have
Martens,
flat feet, I get it.
They didn't work well on me.
You have the orthopedic version of your cool shoe.
I got gel insoles on my Doc Martens. But I remember getting a seat in the theater, and then there were so many people trying to get in that our marketing person at the time came out to the front of the theater and goes, "We understand there's some, problems. There's not enough for everybody. We're opening 2 more theaters, but if all of our employees can get up out of their seats and give them up for listeners, that'd be great." And everybody did, but I didn't.
You are way too big of a person, like to think that you could have hit it. Like, I hope you weren't close to the screen because I can't imagine all the people to sit behind you.
I had a pretty primo spot in the middle of the theater, and Kenzie, you'd be surprised how much I can slouch.
That's what they say about you.
Oh, I ducked down so low because I said, I'm not leaving. I got to see this. I've been dying to see this for months, and you heard about it, and I didn't leave.
Oh, my God.
So I apologize to that one poor listener who had to stand in the back. But
That's too bad.
I'm not just like in Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not leaving. That was me. Okay, that was the setting of the Q101 premiere of The Matrix.
All that being said, all the hype around it, the fervor for the screening, Brian taking a listener spot, I contextualized all of that. I lived in 1999 yesterday afternoon. I tried to take in this movie as authentically and honestly as I possibly could.
Yeah.
And my big takeaway from The Matrix is I don't get it. Like, I don't understand what happened. Like, I was lost watching this movie.
Oh, my God. That's great.
First of all, I left the office yesterday, and I went straight home to watch this. So as the movie started, I just sat down with my lunch. I'd already made lunch. I wasn't making lunch as I was watching it, but I had just sat down with my lunch. I like when a movie starts with Electric Light Orchestra, like "Sun is shining in the sky," and they do like a pan over New York City, and it's like a slow intro, and there's like a pretty girl on the screen. The Matrix just starts, and there's so much happening that I felt like every time I took a bite, I was missing something.
Yeah.
So it was already behind the 8 ball. I didn't understand for most of the movie who the good guys were and who the bad guys were. I didn't understand why Lawrence Fishburne was wearing little sunglasses the entire time. I didn't understand any part of this movie.
So you can't even acknowledge what happened, the plot.
Well, I know they were in the Matrix.
Okay, which is a very today term when you see a plane in the sky looking weird, there's a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
So it existed way past its existence. Me and Kay saw a glitch in the Matrix with like 7 black SUVs going down Lakeshore Drive just a week ago. Like, we're living in this simulation is what it's about, really.
But here's, I guess, the issue I had was I didn't know how much of it was real or not. Not like in a documentary sense, but he has the scene where he takes the pill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything after that confused me because I didn't know what was actually happening.
Well, isn't that the point though, right? I watched this under the age of 10. So that's
hilarious.
That's the point though, is that you're not supposed to really know. It's kind of like a mind F, right? The whole movie.
I like when it's more of a will they, won't they, and not a are they alive or are they not. I couldn't wrap my head around the entire concept of this movie.
This to me, and I'm not dissing a generation.
Oh boy.
But this represents the Gen Zers because it's not clear. And you have to actually kind of wonder what's going on in this world. And like you just said, what is real and what isn't? What is happening in this plot? Whereas I think you like things more clear and concise and you want a happy ending.
Well, I like a romantic comedy. That's the big problem.
Can you refresh me? How does this movie end? I honestly forgot.
Kenzie, great question. I don't know either. I know.
Doesn't know how it ends.
How does it end?
I can tell you how it ends.
I know.
Right.
I know it
And
ends.
I haven't seen it in years. I have not watched it in a long time.
Here's the thing. The last shot of the movie has Wake Up by Rage Against the Machine playing.
Yes.
Which is sick.
Yes.
How we got to that point, I don't know.
Okay. You see that Neo goes on to fight another day. They've tried to take him out, you see. And
because there was a whole thing where they were going to kill Morpheus, but then Neo was like, no, don't do that.
well, see, they find out that Neo is the one, you see, at the end. And then he can't kill Neo. You see? You get that?
Well,
He doesn't.
God, I feel like somebody's speaking Spanish.
My thing is, I agree with you, Case, except for the Spanish part. But I break it down in Spanish. People will understand. No, so what I don't get about this movie, I'm really happy Case feels this way because I've always felt like, all right, when I see like, why are they fighting?
Thank you. I also had this question.
Why do they have to kill each other at all?
Well, because there's a good guys and bad guys, basically.
But they don't even know. They found out they almost killed somebody that they didn't like. They're not even sure.
Well, it is very hard to tell who is who. A la Joe Pantoliano, who's in The Sopranos, is also in that. In those
Somebody
scenes.
should have suggested jerseys or something instead of the same outfit for everybody. They don't know who's on what team.
But see, that's the drama and the intrigue and the mystique of the movie is finding out who is on the side of the machines and who isn't, and how are we going to get out of here in the whole journey of the plot, you see.
Okay, so with that in mind, the agent, what was his name? Agent Scott?
Agent Smith. Jesus. He just saw it yesterday, Kenzie.
Smith Scott, same thing.
Good Lord.
Does he work for the government? Because I was confused as to who he was representing.
He's representing the machines.
But I know we're supposed to rage against them, but what's the machine?
Well, see, we're all talking about AI today. This is where it leads to.
They did say AI in the movie, and I did oh, my God, look at that.
What came out first, The Matrix or Terminator?
Terminator came out first. The first Terminator was like 1980, and then
So did they kind of bite Terminator?
Bite him? What do you mean?
Like take
bite
it.
Yeah. Good Lord. Thanks, Case, for the translation.
Well, I mean, bite. Okay. Listen, it's the same plot where the machines eventually take over, launch the missiles, kill as many humans as they can. But in this case, the humans are batteries in the Matrix to keep the machines going. In the Terminator, they were kind of like workers. They had to fix things. But same pretty good plot. Same thing.
Huh.
Yeah, same deal. I mean, but it's also in a whole different vibe situation.
Case, what Rotten Tomato score do you give it?
Well, hold on. I'm still trying to process some of the stuff that you said. So Agent Smith? Scott? I thought it was Agent Scott.
God, I'm gonna jump out a window.
No. But okay, so he was the bad guy in the movie.
Yes, he was a bad guy.
And Neo, who for most of the movie, I didn't realize it was Keanu Reeves. I thought he was Justin Long from the computer commercial. He looks just like Justin Long.
That is a weird take.
But he looks just like him.
Okay.
He's Neo. He's the good guy. I was confused by the end of the movie if I was supposed to like Morpheus or not. I know I liked him way more as the dad in Boys in the Hood.
Well, that's interesting because that was the only other movie you've seen before all these movies that he played in both a really different character. You're supposed to like Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay.
He's the one that's started the whole movement to let people know we're living in a simulation.
He's like a freedom fighter. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Everybody needs to wake up, a la the Rage Against the Machine song at the end of the credits.
Which really
wake up.
kicks. It's awesome.
Wake up.
Who plays Morpheus?
Lawrence Fishburne.
Wow. In my mind, I remember it being Samuel L. Jackson. I swear to God.
No.
That's what I remember. Is he in the movie?
No.
Wow, I thought he was in that movie.
This is why I was so protective of 1999 when we started this whole thing. God.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.